Observant. We grow up learning to fear criticism, but if you look closely, praise operates as a much more dangerous mechanism of control. Criticism is an overt attack. Because it's visible and adversarial, you can mobilize against it, question the source, and maintain clear boundaries. Praise feels like a warm hug, bypassing our natural defenses. It quietly trains the mind to rely on external validation to feel any sense of worth. While we often focus on chasing money or status, our deepest vulnerability is a secret, continuous hunger for the approval of others. To secure that approval, we begin to shapeshift. We alter our speech to fit the room and adjust our beliefs or clothing just to ensure we receive a positive reaction. This constant adaptation hollows out our true identity. Eventually, a life becomes a continuous front-stage performance optimized for the audience. The Stoics looked at this reliance on the gaze of others and diagnosed it as invisible slavery. The mechanism is simple. When you allow a stranger's flattering word to raise your mood or their insult to lower it, you have handed them authority over your emotional state. Optimizing for applause surrenders the remote control of your identity to an audience of strangers. Validation seeking is wired directly into our survival circuitry. Within our nervous system, the ventral vagal complex actively scans for safety cues, like nods, smiles, or digital likes. Receiving these cues triggers the brain's dopamine reward circuitry, creating a chemical dependency on external approval. This loop trains the body to wait for permission from the audience before it can fully exhale or feel settled. We effectively outsource our internal thermostat, making it physically difficult to feel safe without external validation. Digital engagement metrics hyper-accelerate this dependency. Likes and views act as real-time, variable reinforcements for the dopamine loop. Marcus Aurelius, despite ruling the largest empire on Earth, warned against building an identity on the opinions of ghosts. Algorithmic digital audiences are the modern version of these ghosts, fleeting, shifting, and destined to disappear rapidly. The Stoics practiced the dichotomy of control to separate external noise from internal choice, placing metrics and audience approval outside our control. State modulation then grounds the body, stabilizing the nervous system from the bottom up against these external variables. Mastering your own physical and emotional response is the bedrock of self-governance. Reclaiming inner freedom leads to what the Stoics called the terrifying point. It requires an exchange, the comfort of admiration for the clarity of truth, and the dopamine of applause for the strength of self-respect. The Stoic Codex leaves us with a single question to measure the weight of our motivations. If nobody could praise you, admire you, validate you, or even notice you, would you still choose the life you're living? A no reveals exactly where autonomy has been traded for an audience. Self-governance does not require becoming cold or isolated from human connection. The Stoic goal is permeability without capture. We can enjoy community and hear compliments, but we let them pass through us like a breeze, rather than using them to anchor our identity. One can finally stop haunting the minds of others looking for a version of themselves they can live with. Breaking the addiction to approval returns your center of gravity to your own hands and allows you to finally own your own life.